Now you are aware of the basics that you need to work in the SAP GUI, the basics that you need to perform typical tasks like creating business documents or executing reports. So it's the time to practice. First, let's start with the data entry transaction and create a sales quotation. For this, let's run the transaction VA21, alias creating a quotation. Here is a familiar screen, an initial screen where we must specify the type of our sales quotation that we want to create. For this, let's use its value hub. It's a bit simpler value hub than the previous ones. It just simply gives us a list including all the valid quotation types. From the list, let's choose the standard quotation type, QT, and then press enter. Although the fields below are not mandatory, but it's not a crime if we specify them. Using the value hubs, first let's choose our sales organization that we are belong to, let's say 1000, and then press enter. Followed by choose a distribution channel, the way as we want to sell. Let's say this sale is a final customer sales. At last, let's specify the division. It's going to be a cross-division deal. Now let's leave the last two fields empty, and if you are ready, then we can move on and press enter. Here we arrive to the overview screen of the sales quotation creation, where the screen divided into two main parts: the header area and the items area. Both of them have a tons of input fields, many buttons, a table for holding the items, and different tabs. The question is, what's next? Well, if you're running a transaction for the first time and you don't know what to do, then just simply press enter and the system immediately tells you what to do first. Here we go. First we need to specify a sold to party, namely the customer who we want to sell our product. Let's look for the customer whose ID starts with T-S62, and from the result list, let's choose the first one. If we press enter, it will bring us to the next step, namely listing the items that we want to sell. We will sell two items for this customer. Let's enter the first one by looking for the material whose ID starts with T-BW03. Now I'm choosing the one that ends with 03. After that, we need to enter a quantity, the volume that we want to sell, let's say 25. After pressing enter, the system reads and fills up the missing information from the database based on the data that we have already entered. And now comes the second item. Let's look for another material whose ID starts with also T-BW03. But now I'm choosing the one that ends with 10. After that, we need to enter a quantity again, let's say 5. After pressing enter, the system reads and fills up the missing information again. Here we don't have more help what to do next, so I'm telling you. We are going to specify a valid to date, namely the date as long as this quotation is valid. Let's say 2015, October 10. Note that this course is not about teaching you why and how to use the sales and distribution module in the SAP ERP system. I only use these use cases to demonstrate and teach you the usage of the SAP GUI. So in this course we won't talk about the other features of the sales quotation and the other tabs. It's not part of this course. The last step that we will perform is saving our newly created quotation. With this, we successfully created a new quotation in the system and we got a quotation document ID that we can use to retrieve this document anytime we need. Alright, that was our demo of working in a data entry transaction. Stay with me and next I show you the basic features of the report transactions.